Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Double G here. This is episode 20 on the series that we're doing on the Elm Creek map. So in the last month we were in August and we harvested all of the wheat and sorghum, and I forgot to check on screen at our total amounts, but we wound up with a little over 11,000 liters of wheat and about a little over 10,500 liters of sorghum. So the plan being to feed the wheat to the chickens, sell the sorghum when the price is the highest, and use that money to buy more chicken food because the sorghum will be worth more than the wheat we can buy at the store. So then we bought the Massey Ferguson conventional baler. It's right over here. We baled up all the straw, and then we leased the conventional bale stacker to create these 4 full stacks, and these are the loose ones left over. I could have made them into a stack, but I didn't. So we're waiting to sell that straw until it's at its best in December, but that can just stay in the truck for now. We're in September. Oh, the bales were 65 total bales. So we're in September now. I'm gonna feed the dog. Make sure he's not unhappy. Should see him coming from any direction. There's a deer. No dog. Oh well, he'll find it. I have faith. Oh, there he goes. And always comes when the food hits the wall. So I had hoped to harvest the soybeans in field 51 and plant trees in it in September, but I noticed on the map field 51 is not ready to harvest yet. And so rather than just blast through September into October, I definitely want to get barley planted into 45, 46, and 47 to prepare for chicken food for next year. So there we have that to do, but I also was thinking about doing a contract, because even after I do the harvest the soybeans, I won't have money to plant trees. So I had a look at the contracts list, and here's our old buddy Leroy Wilson. Field 71. For anybody that's been watching this series since the beginning, Field 71 we did in episode 2 as a silage contract. Made $100,000 off of it. It was great. It's a massive field. It's 15 acres. Takes forever to do. This time it is a hay contract, which is not going to generate as much money, but I mean, we'll at least get $28,000 for it. A little less because I'll borrow the equipment. And then if all goes well, there's some extra money to be made, as well as the fact that I could keep back a bale or 2 to feed the sheep, because the sheep will eat hay or grass. So I think I'm going to do this contract. I'm going to accept it and borrow the items. It's going to take forever to do. So I will do the majority of this contract off screen. It's grass work, which we've done a ton of. It's a massive field. It's going to take, in real time, probably an hour and a half to do. So I will do the majority of that off camera. However, there's a few things I need to get going before I can start on that contract. So the chickens need food. Yeah, they're down to 1,300 liters. Let's see what the egg situation looks like. Oh, that's right, we moved pallets, so we have plenty of room, but they have to have some food, and now we have food to give them. So first things first, I'm going to get the chickens fed. And then I will also have a worker work here on the farm while I'm working on the contract to start getting these fields ready to plant barley. So the standard MO, we will subsoil it, pick rocks if we have to, check the lime, fertilize it, and then plant it. And hopefully we can get all of that done in September along with the contract. So we'll be making use of the workers. So I need to fill with wheat. The silo could only take 9,000 total, but we'll just dump everything we have. See how bad I botched backing up the trailer today. You would think at some point I've got to start getting better at it, but maybe not. It's not so bad. We can also cover this other side of this field with dirt and leave it that way until we're able to afford a second chicken coop. It just takes a massive amount of food to feed these guys. I mean, I think with the 3 fields of barley I'm about to plant might be enough to fully support 1 chicken coop all year. So, we will see. So I just dumped back what I didn't use. So the chickens should be good for 4 or 5 months on food. That'll give us time to get the sorghum sold in January and buy more chicken food if we need it. Drop that. Then I'll get a worker started with this tractor. Oh, no, I have no idea why I'm headed over there. We'll get this tractor and a worker started on subsoiling the fields. That'll be the first thing we have to do in order to get barley in the ground. Baler might be in the way. We shall see. So as I'm working on the contract in field 71, I'll just keep an eye on the worker, keep it moving around. Oh, tight spot. I really should get rid of the cultivator. We never use it. Next time I go to the store, if I remember. Let's see. Got myself in a bit of a pickle. More storage is definitely needed. Alright. Just barely got out of that one. So we'll start with the fields up front. Get those subsoiled as we start to do our contract. That's why I like leaving this big map up on the left, because I'm able to see the workers and when they stop. It's kind of nice. And with the ultra wide screen format, I have the real estate to spare. Alright. There you go for that one. This is the equipment that I have for the mowing contract. So it's a massive mower, front mower, butterfly mower in the rear. It's all the biggest stuff. The square baler, square bale loader. I'll probably bale the medium sized bales just so there's a better chance that I have something left over that I can keep. With big bales, You know, it's all about resolution. You know, if you have bigger bales, then you have fewer units. It'd be harder to save something back. So. And we'll head over to 71. I was totally surprised at how much money I was able to make off of this field with the silage contract the first time. Hay's worth quite a bit less, but I still think we'll have the contract money plus a little extra money, maybe 50,000 total, plus having a couple of bales left over for the sheep, which would be nice. So, same as before, I'll get it mowed. I'll kind of try to cut wide in the margins, get as much as possible. And like I said, I'll do this off camera. I will keep the worker going on the farm with subsoiling, rock picking if needed. Hopefully by the time I finish this contract, I'll have the fields ready to fertilize and plant. So I'll see you guys when I have this field baled up. So I just finished up baling in field 71. I'm returning the baler to the shop to pick up the bale loader trailer. The statistics page says that I've made 54 220 centimeter square bales. The contract currently sits at 20%, which is about typical for a grasswork contract because you're not really going to start getting the percentage completed until you start to deliver the bales. And these are going to the farmer's market. I'm not entirely sure, but I think this trailer, let's look. Is it listed under leased equipment? It is not. So this trailer holds 14 bales. So we'll go and get a full load, take it to the farmer's market, and then we will calculate how many more we have to turn in to satisfy the contract. In the meantime, while I was doing the contract, well, first of all, I backed the time scale down to 1. And you can see in game it's now 11:30, which means it took me almost exactly 2.5 hours to do the contract in field 71, along with a little jumping back and forth to the farm to keep workers going. I was able to get everything subsoiled. Thank God there were no rocks. And then I was able to get the fields fertilized and barley planted, all in the 2.5 hours that I was doing this contract. So you can see it is a massive amount of bales. I felt like it was more than 54, but the statistics page does not lie. And I'm curious also as to the volume on these bales. They are $7,250 liters. So that's a pretty sizable bale. So we'll get a load of these picked up. we should be able to then calculate the contract percentage per bale. I mean, there's 80% left. So if we were to say complete, I don't know, 46%, then we would know that it would be 4% of the contract per bale left. Is that right? Yes. And then we can hopefully take back the exact number of bales needed to satisfy the contract, and then be able to take the rest of the bales to the farm for the sheep. So 9, 10, 11, come on, pick it up, there you go. Let's turn tight to get this one. Nope. Come on, flip around. It's not wanting to play. Okay. Just go get this one and come back to that one. So there's a 12. And then 13. We'll go grab hard to get. There's a full trailer. Farmer's market is not the closest place to sell, but it's not too awful bad. It just always seems to take a while to get there. All the other equipment's already been returned to the farm shop just because I used the same tractor throughout the whole job. This one does giddy up though. It's 45 miles an hour. Not bad. And actually, I said the farm shop. I do believe it's the animal dealer. Nope, it's farmer's market. Okay. Good to know. So I have to hang a right at the animal dealer. Go up the hill. It's a little bit of a trek. All part of it though. I'm really digging this JCB tractor too. It's got plenty of power. It's quick. I want to say this is where I'll drop it. Sure, we'll go with that. This is the exact kind of setup I'd like to have when I replace the conventional baler. Yep. So those 14 is 43%. 43. So my numbers weren't too far off. So 14, I would say that probably 16 would have been half the contract. So we'll head back, get another load. I'll do this in a time lapse. What I'll do is I'll go get another full load and then I'll see how many I think I need to bring to finish the contract, and then when it's done, we'll take what's left to the sheep. So as I did the math in my head, 54 bales equaled 3 full trailers plus 12 bales left over. So what I decided to do was take 3 full loads to the farm shop. That satisfied the contract for sure. I don't know if you're able to pick it up in the time lapse, but we satisfied the contract and made a little over 11, I want to say $11,300, which is nice. This is probably a bit more than I need to take back for the sheep, but it won't deteriorate in the game. It's not going to go bad, so no reason not to just take it to the farm and put it at the sheep enclosure and really not have to worry about their food for maybe a year, which is kind of nice. I do have the grass field there that I can cut when I need to, but that's less grass that I'll have to bale up for the sheep. I'm really hoping we start to turn the corner soon, where we're not having to do as many contracts or skip through months, but all in due time. I really need to start diversifying my crop types once I'm able to satisfy the need for chicken food, so that we are planting different times of the year, harvesting different times of the year, but that'll all come. So we'll just get these last 4 picked up, take them over to the barn or to the farm. We'll put them at the sheep barn because we can just stack them under the edge, and they will take them as they need them. So this should be the last 2. I had hoped to be harvesting the soybeans this episode, but we're already approaching a full amount of time for this episode. But at least next episode we'll be able to progress into October. We will be able to harvest the soybeans. Or is it canola? No, it's soybeans. Get that harvested, get some trees planted in that field so that we're able to do some forestry in, 24 months or so. By which time, hopefully, we'll have enough to buy or at least comfortably lease the tree harvesting machine, and I won't be doing everything by hand. So we can just drop these off here. I'll bring the Massey Ferguson over to situate them. As soon as we get these dropped off, we will be able to complete the contract. Alright, so our pay will be $27,226. Collect that. It's actually $26,990, but that's fine. As you can see, the cedar stopped over here. We've got barley growing. Good. I put it on the correct crop. If we look at the map, we should have, full barley in all three fields, which hopefully will be enough to support the one chicken coop that we have. I'm hoping in the future to get a big field like a 41 or, a 53, 54 that I can plant chicken food in enough to support 2 crops or 2 coops. Because the eggs are super valuable. Looks as though I've left the subsoiler out. I guess we could refill. Get rid of that bag. Drop that. Just grab this and put it away. I did move the baler just to make a little more room. Am I that far off? Well, apparently I am. The cultivator really can go. This subsoiler acts as a cultivator. Just put this away. We can go. Actually, I want to turn that into dirt as well. While I'm thinking about it, it kind of bothers me. So I will go into the construction menu, landscaping, painting, mud, dirt. We'll make it much bigger. So now, as planned, we have another area for a chicken coop. Jump in the Massey Ferguson. Sure we have the forks. Last time I parked it, I took the forks off. Our chickens are fed. We could probably do with another filling of the greenhouses in the next month or two, but not a super priority. And we will have hay for days for the sheep. Can I even grab up high enough? Oh yeah. The second question is, will they fit? Don't want to topple them over. That's a bit far over. Let's try this. Bit of a tight spot. I didn't calculate for this, to be quite honest. Oh. They will just barely fit. No. It's a bit of a chore. Luckily, it'll last a while. Now, if I can grab these without knocking the whole stack over. Oh, nope, I cannot. Well, that's a fine mess. This will be forever known as my hay bale mess. Luckily, the sheep don't care. Oh, and it keeps getting better. Come on. We can nudge them into place more in the future if we have to. I'm just batting 1,000. All right. Nope, not low enough. Get it. All right. All right. That should get it done. We can hope. I'd feel much less bad about pulling in that field if it were mine. But alas, it is not. So that's good to go. They're fed. The chickens are fed. I think the water in the greenhouses should be fine. So I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. And until next time, take care.